Most High God, please block anybody trying to interfere with this reading. Do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. Thank you. So we're here to find out who is using my phone to poison my lungs and my eyes. From my handy dandy personal deck of players in my life. If you're gonna be in my life, you must be open to your name be added to my list. If you're innocent, that is the story that the decks will tell. If you're guilty, that is the story that the decks will tell, okay? If you're not okay with being in my deck, don't come around me. You got shit to hide because you're doing evil shit to me, you might as well stay far. Don't even enter my dreams. Don't even try to talk to me telepathically. After this one, I'm gonna find out who's responsible for the closing down of my Santander bank account. Let's see who's at the bottom of the deck. Norris at the bottom of the deck. That's my father's best friend. Interesting. Well, he was my father's best friend to the best of my knowledge. When I was younger growing up, his name used to be called a lot. My father used to spend time around him and stuff like that. Sometimes they'd go drinking together and all these things, so I assumed that they were friends. Because I don't know of anybody else that my father used to go drinking with in the days when he was drinking. Wow. And this was long before I started whipping the United States' ass. So who's responsible for the shutting down of my bank account? We have a goddess. Now this goddess is of the good kind. And then we have, oh, there's another card. The United States government and the landlord. My landlord. The person I got evicted from your place, the Pavilions, Uxbridge. You and the United States government are responsible for shutting down my bank account. You went far to make me look like a bad tenant. My God. And now that bad tenant, that shit is on my record. And you had everything to do with shutting down my bank account, Mr. Landlord of the Pavilions, Uxbridge, London, England. So how you expect me to pay my rent? So you know I need to find out who was responsible for the crumbling of my business around that time as well. So we're going to do that as well in this reading. Yeah. So anyhow, the goddess is of the good kind. So it's like there was some kind of protection vibe going on, but the United States government, and then the landlord was stuck to the United States government card. Like it's not even there. It's like he's not even there. My own landlord make my bank account have to get shut down. And that was before, well, no, I was already experiencing difficulty with my finances at that point, and they just shut me down completely. The Pavilions shopping center in Uxbridge. The landlord is in cahoots with the United States government. And they're the cause for my bank account being shut down. Look how the landlord hide behind the United States government. You a little bitch. You're a damn punk. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. So we got Norris. And then we have the Montserrat government. Surprise, surprise. And then we got Ian Buffon. I put Junior on this, but I didn't put the father. So I'm getting it's the father. Not the son. It's not Junior, it's the father. Interesting. Then we got Tremaine. That's my cousin. And then we got Tristan at the bottom of the deck. That's my cousin. Well, I thought these people were my family. I'm not so sure. And then we got Harry of Harry's Barbers. Another card. And then that's followed by the one Kanye West. Very interesting. Very interesting. And then we got Cheryl Castle Kirby. And TJ, that's my so-called cousin. And Uncle Dion, my supposed uncle. Ooh, and we got Sugar Shane's name. Oh, very interesting. And one more, then we got God coming behind that. Wow. Very, very, very interesting. So do we have a deck here that could tell us what these people were actually doing? What does this lineup of people have to do? I heard crime. What, they were committing crimes in my name using my bank account? Norris, the Montserrat government, Ian Buffon Sr., I need to make his own card. Tremaine, Ian Buffon is Velma Green's ex. Tremaine is Velma Green's daughter. Tristan is so-called Auntie Jackie's son. Harry Barber, Kanye West, y'all know Mr. West. Cheryl Kirby, Craig wife. TJ, Velma daughter. Dion, my so-called uncle. Sugar Shane, Malika's friend. And God. The God. So, what were these people doing? If you could tell us anything, if you want to tell us anything about what they were doing. So they were committing fraud in my name. Harry's Barbers is one of the barber shops that I used to work on, and I used to work at on Hayes Road. Investigation. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Marriage. Interesting. or partnership. Let's see. Let me make his card now. I don't even know how to spell Buffon. I think it's G-U-E. Let me take junior name out there. It's not junior, it's senior. So nobody get it mixed up. It's Ian Buffon Senior, not junior. It's his father, not the son. That's Velma Green's ex. I need to make a note of all these things, you know, so I could cross-reference them. Because Velma's name came up in, oh wait, this isn't my bank account. Wow, what happened there? Oh, sorry, that's not the bank account. This is, so why the energies get mixed up like that? Very interesting. So this was to find out who's doing the thing with my phone. Nice trick. Trying to throw off the reading. But I pray before I do every reading. So now we're back on track. Very nice trick. Okay, so this make a lot of sense now. So who's responsible for the poisoning of my lungs and my eyes with the phone? It's the United States government and the landlord. Okay, that makes sense. Because way up in the reading, my brain done switch from the poisoning to my bank account. And this is why I pray. You see that switcheroo? That's how you know I'm dealing with some very powerful magicians. So when God make me shuffle how I shuffle and things take as long as they take, and any other weird thing that happen in my readings, just know I'm up against some very, well, the most powerful sources outside of God and God's team. I'm up against the second most powerful magicians. Very interesting. Okay, so let's get back on track. The poisoning of my lungs and my eyes. Who's responsible? The United States government and the landlord. Hence, I have to put all these things up in, y'all thought I was joking when I had to put these things over the light. There were poisons coming from there. There's poison in my kitchen. They had poison on the floor as well, the same thing. And remember, I was much worse than I am now. But I've contained the problem to a very large degree, so I don't really suffer like that with it from those anymore. And what was it, a couple months ago, they were trying to use my phone. I was coughing till I got hoarse live, and when I started going live, every time that they use it to that extreme, they slowed it down. So now let me look at the names again. So the underlying issue, a Montserrat government, we got Ian Buffon Sr., Tremaine, my cousin, Tristan, my so-called cousin, Harlem, my so-called cousin, Harry, Kanye West, Cheryl Kirby, TJ, Dion Weeks, Shane, and God. So, very interesting. I ain't gonna say nothing. What do you want to tell us about this underlying issue, please? Oh, so the cards that flipped over, it was marriage and investigation. Okay, so investigation, and then the underlying was marriage. Something connected. Yeah, because they were disconnected. They were crisscrossed and shit. We got immaturity. Yeah, y'all tried it. Y'all tried it. Now let's get back on track. Okay, so let's find out what you want me to know about this underlying lineup. So the United States government is the one responsible for poisoning me. Like, duh. Why does that not surprise me? The United States is the one that go around and steal everybody's stuff. So they have stolen the best of everything that they can manage to steal from everybody. So they're the same ones that go over to Antarctica and play around with the people of Antarctica just so that they could get their secrets, because you know Antarctica is far more advanced than America. Anybody who knows anything, you know that Antarctica, the people who live in Antarctica, they are far more advanced than, as a matter of fact, almost everything that the United States government got that's exceptional, it came from Antarctica. When it comes to technology and uh, uh, biochemicals and all them type of vibes, that's Antarctica. Okay. So let's get back on track. Let's see what God want me to know about. Well, want us to know about this. The underlying lineup here. So we're talking about the poisons. Very interesting. Shane.
the bottom of the deck telling us some information about what these people at the bottom here are responsible for. The subject is the favorite. So we got child support, but it was in the reverse. Let's check to see how it's meant to be. Let's correct like this. So basically, these people are people who pretended to be loving and kind to me, but they were not. These are people from my past who claim say that they know me, and these are the people that gave false reports about me. Norris, the Montserrat government, Ian Buffon Sr. Let me show you guys. Norris, my father's so-called best friend, to the best of my knowledge. The Montserrat government, Ian Buffon Sr., my so-called cousin Tremaine, my so-called cousin Tristan, Harry. So these are all the people that these people were going around getting information from. Kanye, and Cheryl, Craig wife, Kanye West. TJ, my so-called cousin Dion, my so-called uncle Shane, my daughter's so-called boyfriend. And then we have God coming in. So all these people are going back and talking things about me, and I'm because child support is in the reverse, that means all the things that they're saying about me are lies. So these people are people close to me. So it's like, why would I not believe them? Norris, he didn't really spend much time around me, but he knew me as a little girl, and he probably knew my father business more than most. So when my father would talk about me, he would probably talk to Norris about me. The Montserrat government, well, they always been minding my business and whatnot. And we have our own relationship, me and the Montserrat government. Ian Buffon Sr., I never even used to see, but I did used to see his brother Cranston. Me and Cranston get a little bit close at one point. Me and Cranston were kind of good. Okay, starting to make sense. And then Tremaine is Velma's daughter. Ian Buffon Sr. is Velma's ex. So they grew up together. They were together for a long time. So that's the connection there. And then Tristan is our cousin. So that's already a connection. And then Harry. So I spent most of my days on Hayes Road around Harry. That's where I started off when it comes to business. So why not go to Harry and let Harry tell you who Chanel is? So I see why Harry's in there. Then Kanye is just some kind of secret agent. Only God knows if he wasn't around. But you know how they like to put on the meat suit and the fake face and the fake this and the fake that. Because I don't really understand how Kanye really get inside of this. So not unless he was there around me, but I never recognized him. So he's like a secret agent coming to seek information. And the fact that he come out around Harry, I'm Kanye was around there as well. I would need to go back in my memory to see if me see anybody that I knew with a build like his. Although I've never seen Kanye in a real life, so it's gonna be hard for me to be able to associate any body frame with Kanye or any specific marks or anything like that with Kanye. Then we got Cheryl Castle. So Cheryl Castle has always been my enemy because me and Craig, which is her husband, we used to be together. I was the side chick. So clearly, Cheryl must be some kind of secret agent for the United States government as well. So they would listen to what she's saying. And then TJ, I always question TJ's personality. TJ persona is not a common persona. TJ always got one kind of weird kind of vibe about her. As I watch her grow, if I the same fucking person, I don't really spend much time around TJ, so I don't really know TJ. Dion, he act like he's just a man of God, and he tried to. He's one of the last ones that still send me texts and whatnot, telling me about Merry Christmas and all kind of shit, as if we're fucking family. So they're trying to keep up this pretense like we have links. I'm not link up with anybody. The only person on this table that can say me and them link up are Shane, and it's only because he's seeing my daughter right now. And God. All these other people, I don't have no kind of talking with them. It's been years that me not talk to none of them people, yeah. Me have nothing to do with these people. So all these people are people that act like they're my friends, and they act like they're my supporters, and they act like we get along, and they act like we're great associates. They act like, yeah, I knew her when she was young. That would be this man. He and this one would be able to vouch for me who I was as a child. And no doubt the reports that y'all are getting are falsified. Whatever they've been saying about me is lies. This is why child support that's supposed to be in the upright is in the reverse. Let's take a look at the underlying issue. They wanted pension. They wanted to get paid. So I was the sacrificial lamb. So they're willing to say and do anything so that they can secure a paycheck for them, because Chanel is trash. Oh, we don't like Chanel. But how come at the bottom of the deck it said the favorite? So everybody pretend to like me, but I'm such a horrible person. But, oh, it's my cousin. But she's not very nice. She's horrible. But it's my cousin. I have to love her. Oh, but it's my niece. I have to love her. She's done some very horrible things. Very, very, very horrible. She's not a nice person, but it's my niece. I have to love her. Is that how y'all sound talking to these people from the United States government and the landlord and whoever this goddess is? And notice that the goddess come out by herself. The United States government and the landlord came out together. So the goddess is on her own vibe, watching the scene. Let's read on. So pension, sibling rivalry. Yeah, so to get money, y'all want to throw me under the bus. You saw an opportunity to make money off of slandering me, off of defiling my reputation, off of belittling me, off of lying about my character. Even Cheryl Castle KB, where I was the fucking side chick, but Cheryl can't say that me ever disrespected her. And it be true. She can say it, but it's not true. I am one of the most respectful side chicks that Cheryl probably ever come across. And I know there had to have been many. Come and show the girl them were crazy over Craig Subaru and Craig BMW that he probably bull for. Let's read on. Pension, sibling rivalry, pregnancy, work. You see? So in order to get work and secure a paycheck, they decided to create problems by telling lies on me, pretending that they love me, pretending that they're close to me, pretending that they know me when all they're doing is telling lies on me. So that means all these people must have get together and were like concocting their story and all kind of shit. Let's read on. Work. So we got maturity, self-harm. It's time. The case is mature now. And y'all thought that you did yourself favors. You didn't do yourself any favor. You're doing yourself self-harm. Let's read on. Tradition, freedom, misunderstanding. Just convoluting the mess. Me, I'm a free woman. That's how I live. That's how I behave. Me speaking my truth to anybody who don't want to hear it, it don't mean that I'm disrespectful. Misunderstanding. How you interpret me is none of my fucking business. I'm a woman of honesty. And if my honesty has ever offended you, that's none of my business. It doesn't make me a horrible person. I didn't tell you to be a dishonest, nasty, fucking untrustworthy motherfucker. You didn't ask me to keep no secret for you. My honesty has always been offensive to people because I'm surrounded by a whole bunch of fakes. But yet still they want to paint a picture for me like the world welcomes honesty. And then when me honest, they hate me behind my back. Make yourself make sense. Build up hatred for me after that. Let's read on. So my freedom is my tradition. And my freedom is what is misunderstood. Let's read on. Manipulative. So then they got manipulative. My family. That's what they did. They tell me to be a good girl, I must tell the truth, and I must love God, and I mustn't thief, and I mustn't do this, and I mustn't do that, and then they switch the whole shit upon me when I'm actually being a good girl. They hate me for it. They look down on me, they talk shit about me, they don't come around me. But it's okay, y'all did me a favor. Let's read on. So these family, they became manipulative because they want to misunderstand my freedom. So everything that I do, they twist it and make me out to be in the worst light that they could ever imagine. And then because these people are family and close people around me, business associates and stuff like that, people believe what they're saying about me. When it's all lies, child support is in the reverse. These people don't have no good intentions for me. They're using me for a paycheck, pension. Sibling rivalry can create pregnancy, create work. This rivalry creates work for them. And that's why they say that they're saying about me. That's why they said the things that they said about me. Pretend to know me. And then they twist everything about me and make it into a negative thing. Let's read on. Generational curse. True confession. It's their culture. Covetousness. Always want, but they don't want to work for it. It look like it's the Greens family tradition to get involved in a life of crime, because I swear to God, none of them have no job for real, for real. but they always got plenty money and things. How you get so much money and things and you don't have no job? You don't have no steady job. How? The little bit of money, most of them, what they want to do is live on state money. That's how this green family live. Everybody want to be on benefit. Nobody want to go out and work and be able to pay their own rent, provide for their family themselves. They prefer live on the little fucking crumbs that the government is giving them and be happy with it. And that's what they wanted me to do as well. I wasn't made like you. And if that make you vex with me, be vexed. Never gonna be like you. I'm a boss, bitch. I'm not lazy body, and I'm not lazy minded either. And I'm not afraid to go out there and try. I'm not like you. And if that make you feel like you're less than me, fucking get over it. So now they got Shane coming here, and then when Shane go back and make reports, I'm sure that it's negative reports. What Shane say, me house stink. What Shane say, me house dirty. What Shane say, me mean. What is it that Shane has been saying to get a paycheck from you people? What kind of information Shane come back and tell you people about me? I don't even want to know. But it's the Greens culture to want things, covetousness. They want things. Family stole a baby. How many of the Green children was stolen? Investigation. How many of the Green children don't belong to their mothers? Somehow we tend to look like our fathers, but we don't look like our mothers. How many children from the Green family don't belong to the people that they claim say we belong to? The person that we grew up a call mother all we life. Y'all need to investigate that. Y'all need to do some DNA test to find out how much of these Green children actually belong to the people that they call mother. And while you're at it, you could check about the father too. Because somehow we always seem to look like the man, but we never look like the female. Duval and Shireen look like the man that they say is their father. I look like the man that they say is my father. Tristan look like the man that they say is his father. Tremaine got a vibe for the man that they say is her father. But what about the mother them? It look like it's the Green family tradition to steal children and buy children and raise them, and only God knows what they be doing. Let's read on. So stole a baby. Investigation. Funeral. DNA test results. So it's like somebody was investigating and then they killed off the investigation. So somebody found out about these children and who we actually belong to. And somebody was investigating my story. And then they decided to hide the results. Funeral to the DNA test results. Why would you hide the DNA test results? It's because you know what I'm saying. It's true. Venerine is not my birth mother. Venerine is not my biological mother. I was taken from my mother when I was younger. My real mother. I don't have a clue who she is. Why would you cancel or hide or terminate the DNA test results? Let's read on. So we got insurance. For insurance. So you have to keep the lie going. Let's read on. We got illness, prejudice. Being mean for no reason. Being mean because you want a paycheck. Yeah. Adultery or infidelity, criminal. So being unfair. Being unfair. mental disturbance, passed away. So you were worried what would happen if people found out that what I'm saying is true. Cycle start. So whoever was investigating my story, they found out that what I'm saying about my DNA is true. Venerine is not my birth mother, and they hid the results because they were afraid that it would stop everything. It would cause some kind of problem in their little work scheme that they got going on here. It will stop the flow of money or disturb it some kind of how. So in order for them to put an end to their mental disturbance, they had to hide the DNA results that prove, they had to hide the DNA results that prove that I am not Venerine's child as their insurance. That is their insurance, to keep the lie going. All the lies. That's their insurance to keep on getting a paycheck for fucking with me. Let's read on. So it's criminality. So let's see what cycle start. Cycle start business. You see? To keep the business going, they had to hide the DNA results. So we got guide them, don't control them, and poor parenting. And protection. Very interesting. It's coming in like somebody wanted to tell the truth. Let's read on. Guide them, don't control them, poor parenting, protection of these partnerships. You see? Adoption and prayer works when it comes to childbirth. You see? Coming up with a new lie to talk about my birth. We got molestation, custody. Why would custody be molestation? It's because it's wrong. They're molesting me by keeping me from my real family. They're molesting my future by keeping me away from the truth of my story. They're stopping the truth of my story from coming out so that they can continue to get a paycheck. Because the money good. So that's what God want me to know about all these people that's at the bottom of the list here. That's what's happening. They all act like they know me. They all act like they, and truly, they don't wish me well. They know the truth of my story and they choose to keep it a secret. Make me look like I'm on here telling lies when I talk about Venerine is not my mother. Venerine is not my mother. They stole me when I was a baby from my real mother, or bought me, or whatever the fuck. Venerine is not my real mother. And I'm sure Venerine is not Duval and Shireen real mother either. And it look like to Auntie Jacqueline either. Where they get Travis from? Who Travis really belong to? Who is Tristan real mother? Tremaine's real mother? I'm gonna stop this one right here for now. I'll come back and find out who is responsible for my bank account being shut down. This one is who's responsible for poisoning my lungs and whatnot. So the United States government see it fit to be poisoning me. So imagine the type of things that they've said about me. But when I was in Montserrat, they used to do these things where you could call in and talk about governmental issues. And I wasn't afraid to speak about it. So when they see me being like that, I guess they put some extra information. And I used to attend these community policing meetings and whatnot under the name Naomi. They call me Graves. I don't know who the fuck tell them my last name was Graves. But I was going by my Rastafarian name, Naomi, Naomi. But my name is Chanel Green, so I don't know if the person who was doing the, I don't know if it's a real mistake or if it's actually deliberately done to hide me. But Naomi, that's my Rastafarian name that I gave to myself. And I was going there as a Rastafarian. So they used to, me and Jakai, Malachi. And I think there was somebody else. I think Jarad as well was coming with us. Me and Jarad and Malachi, me feel. Or me and Jakai and somebody else used to go. Malachi is Jakai, okay? Don't get confused. Malachi, Jakai, Ezra, George Allen Jr., all these are his names. Malika's dad. Me and him used to go to these community policing meetings, and the name that they got me down at the meeting is Naomi Graves. G-R, I think E-A-V-E-S, something like that. And I never corrected them. I don't remember correcting them. I just, because it doesn't really matter. It didn't matter to me at the time. Because it's like they think they know me or something. I don't know why they wrote down that name. But my name was Naomi. That's the name I was going by when I was attending those meetings. So if you look at the minutes of the meetings, they said Naomi, that's me. And that's back in I don't remember what year. It could have been 2007. I don't really remember, because at them times I'm just living my life. I wasn't trying to hold on to the information because I didn't know that it would be this significant to my story. I didn't know where my life was headed because they started fucking with me in 2008. So yeah, that sounds about right. 2007. So like after 2007, when they realized that I was one of the voices, I was a revolutionary, and I'm not embarrassed or afraid to state the fact that I'm a revolutionary. I'm about change. I'm about positive change for the community, Montserrat community, and the world at large. Then they started fighting against me the next year. Because it's like, we have to cut this one down. We have to shut this one up. Because we don't want other people feeling like they can just stand up to us like that. And look how Montserrat belongs to the United Kingdom government, but it's the United States government that is all up in the mix of the story. It's because the United States is who really run things. That's why. So it don't matter them talk about you British West Indies and all type of shit. The United States will run things ultimately. Because they bully everybody everywhere, including their own. Right. So yeah, so from since then they started attacking me. And then look at the people that they're going to get information about me. And they're happily telling them some vile things to make the people and want to even poison me. And Tremaine so silent. Look how long me never been around Tremaine, and she act like she my fucking friend. She's my cousin, but she act like she's my friend. She act like she love me. I'm sure if I was to see Tremaine today, she would come up to me like, say, me and she a good fucking friend. And look at this shit. They're lying. They're getting together and I tell lie about me. I'm sure if I was to see Tristan today or see any of them today, that they would all be talking nice and going on like we so friendly. I'm sure if me see Harry today, Harry wouldn't want to go on like me and him a fucking friend, knowing that he's talking all this shit behind me back. And look at the difficulty that I have to endure because of the fuckery that these people choose to speak about me for a paycheck. For a paycheck. Tristan always look like a waste man anyway. He need a bumper clap paycheck. And Shane, I'm not even gonna stop him from coming here. If he gonna stop coming to this house, it's because he gonna make himself stop coming to this house. I'm not even going to ban him. I'm gonna tell Malika this story. So I don't know what's gonna become of the two of their relationship after this. But if you want to come in my house, come look news for carry back, whether you want to go back and lie or whatever the fuck. Because I have a client coming here today. Is that the reason why y'all want to send him in? Well, I'm welcoming him. Cade, your name came up. His name is Indy. That's the name of the client. And Karen Lioness Allen right at the fucking root of the problem. I'm going to welcome him. And I'm going to do my work the same way I always fucking do. And when you leave from here, if you want to leave from here and talk a whole bag of lie about me like y'all are used to, do that. I'm not going to let you stop me from being me. And I'm not going to try to stop you from being you. Dirty fucking weak bastards. Waste man and waste girl. You don't know how to go out and make honest living. You're shameful.